Well, basically, we just kind of want to do a quick recap of 2020. You know,
Okay.
it was a big year. We had big hopes. It was year number 10, and we just kind of want to go over everything that happened. So to start
Okay.
off, just general thoughts. How do you think that you did this year at the tournament?
Listen, I exceeded expectations, I believe. I mean, I think I was at what, 20%? 20%, which was, I thought was a little low, honestly.
It was repeating, by the way.
So it was repeating, yeah. So it was like 20.666 repeating, which is fine. Rounded up to 21, which gives me the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think that was a little low, and I think what was it, fourth place, third place? I think I came in third place. No.
You got third. Yeah, you got third.
No, he
Yeah,
got
so third place.
You put Danny. Remember, you put Danny.
Oh no. Wait, no, he said what he came in. He came in third.
No, final results.
Yeah.
Actual results. So again,
you had third.
Yeah, third, 100%.
Yeah. Yep. So again, the 20%. I think I exceeded that. Out of 7 guys, third place. That's more like 40-ish, which is where I think I should be. And getting into a new location.
Yeah, you got third place. Yep, not bad.
Yep. All right. Well,
now that also was your percentage of winning, which I mean, oof. I mean, it is what it is,
Yep. Now I'll give it to you. You guys, you know the flowage very well, but a new body of water with a bigger body of water, it's going to be a little tougher. So these little smiles on your faces, they're going to go away pretty quick.
All right. Well, this brings up to the follow-up question to how the year went. What do you feel went wrong with your stuff?
Yeah,
like what didn't go well
with your road to first place? What bumps in the road did you have?
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I think I did too much researching prior to the trip. So I got my wife sitting right here, so she can attest to this. But every single day on YouTube, listening to different opinions on what to fish, what to do. I took your word. I listened to Tactical Bassin, and then listening to other guys. They give a lot of information. So I think I was too focused on that. Fishing the drop shot. Trying to Texas rig and stuff like that, when I should have just brought it back down to the basics. Spinner baits, chatter baits, stuff that works. I think I would have handled it a little better. But that's where I learn. And for 2021, it's going to be a completely different story. Danny can talk about his secret weapon all he wants.
That guy's always got some kind of secret.
Fact of the matter is, it's spring. It's spawning time, and there's only a few things that work, and I'm on it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit of advice. Sometimes less is more.
I agree.
So, okay, you kind of actually hit on the second question, which is what you would have done different. So basically, not taking in so much information and try to do everything, because sometimes depending on who you look at, you get like conflicting information. One person might say do this technique, another might say do this one, and then then you're kind of like, oh, what do I do?
You gotta kind of go with what's working on the water at that time. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta.
Yeah. And then
getting you the bites.
The other thing too is you got to go with what's comfortable for you. Like there's some techniques that I know I want to try and stuff, but I'm like I will say this, like jerk baits. I really want to practice more jerk baits, but that's something that I'm not that comfortable with. So it's like I'm not going to be going out throwing jerk baits all day, because that's just something I know I'm not strong at.
Agreed.
So.
Agreed. And then what that hits back too is I did so much researching on it. I had a few things that I wanted to really pound in, which was like drop shotting, the Texas rig, stuff like that. And I focused too much on that, when really I didn't realize until the last couple days, spinnerbait's working, topwater's working. And then the last couple days is when I really started. Like Adrian, I boated with you the last day.
Yeah.
We really tore it up that morning. So if I would have adjusted a little earlier, could have been a completely different outcome. But that's okay. That's what it's all about. You got to learn.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to make game time decisions on the fly.
That's right.
So our next question to you would be, what do you feel, what do you think would make the trip better? Obviously besides catching more fish and winning.
You know, honestly, I don't know. I mean, that's a really good question. I don't know what would make. I mean, obviously, yeah, catching more fish would be better. But honestly, this being the one trip of the year, you know, I really look forward to it. So just having the fact that we're out there and fishing, obviously, is number one. You know, number two, I think it's just. I think because the flowage is the flowage, and there's really, you either go north or you go south, right? And that's what I really wanted to try to change. And that's why I think this year we have a lot more options, right? So it's not just go north, go to your same spots. Every day you could try something new. So to me, making it better this year is having the opportunity to go to different spots every single day and try something new every single day. It keeps the next day, you know, interesting. Not like, oh, okay, let's pick where we're going. You don't know where you're going. You're just going to go there and you're going to fish it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you try something else.
It's going to be good because we wouldn't even cover pretty much every place in this whole trip probably between the 8 of us. So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to,
Exactly.
if we like it and we do it for a few years, it's going to take a few years for us to, you know, have our sweet spots, our honey holes.
Yep. This is a good opportunity for us to just try something new. You know, it's been the flowage for the past, 10 years?
Yeah, 9 years. We've only been 2 places.
No, it's exciting because it's a good, also like for us, it's exciting because it's like, is it really just a flowage where we just continuously kill everybody, or is it going to be like, can we repeat at a new location? You know, so
yeah, that's going to be the big question. My answer to that, no, you're not. That's fine.
Good thing you're recording this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need that evidence for later.
I'm happy you are too. Yes.
So you kind of hit a little bit on this one in the first question we asked you on, like, how do you feel your projected ranking, like, was it accurate? Obviously you feel that it wasn't quite as accurate.
Nope. I definitely think I was lowballed. I was overlooked. I mean, you guys put Danny ahead of me. I love that guy to death, but come on. You saw that guy's tackle box. Come on.
So you feel you're more around the high 30s, low 40s range?
This year?
Oh, just as overall percentage. You think your percentage to win is like about a coin flip, a little less than a coin flip?
I'm well over 50% this year. I'm gonna tell you right now.
All right. That's exciting. It's exciting.
I like the confidence.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take that into consideration.
I was fishing up until a couple weeks ago. As soon as I was fishing up until I literally could not get my bait through the layer of ice on top of the water. So commitment, man, persistence.
No, that's good. That's
exciting.
So So moving forward, again, you had a lot on the questions we had for you. It's essentially it was going to be what will help you moving forward, obviously, to better those odds to move up a little bit higher. But you kind of hit a lot on that, on like not, like just keeping the research to a minimum and kind of just doing the right thing a little bit there.
So here's the thing. Here's the beauty of what we're doing, guys, is we're going during a very important time of the year. Adrian, Eric, you guys know this. You know what you're doing. We're going during the spawn, man. This is where the big boys get pulled out of the water. And now we can focus purely on, research-wise, how do you fish that time of the year? During the summer, it's a very general thing. It's hot. They go deep. You can throw a spinner, sure. You can throw this. You got to go to the weeds, yada, yada, yada. But the spawn is a very, very specific way to fish.
Finicky.
How do you locate them? What do you throw? That type of stuff. Spinners don't work during the spawn. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that does not work during the spawn. So it's changing it up for everybody, which is another reason why I'm really excited about this, because everybody's going to have to adapt. Nick is in for a treat. Nick, I know you're going to watch this, buddy. You are in for a treat.
So
he's going to have to be a sponge on that trip.
I guess we're going to throw in an adding question here. At what day in the trip will we have to talk him down?
Day one.
But not until 12 o'clock, so everybody gets there. So we'll be all right.
Yep, after the first run. Yeah, he's going to come back. He's going to be a little disheveled, but he's going to be okay. He's going to feed him knowledge.
So I'm going back to the rankings here. Do you feel like, besides yourself, obviously in front of Danny, do you feel like anybody else was overlooked or should have been moved up? I know Xavier had I think the biggest.
Xavier is good for a little bit of FIFA. You know, again, love the kid to death. He's only good for some FIFA and some funny and some entertainment. So well, that's good. I'm glad Xavier's going because we all need that laugh. You know, I think
Yes.
Matus has potential. Matus is really good. He's got the boat. He knows what he's doing. I mean, I admit I took a lot of tips from Matus last year. So I think, you know, Matus should not be overlooked.
So that's where you went wrong, is what you're saying. This trip.
That's what capped you at 3.
I can't overlook my guy Danny either. I mean, that guy, he's under the radar. You never know. He's hot that first couple of days.
Well, I think like what we said last, like in the video before the trip this year, Danny just has that luck X factor that you just
Not everyone's got it.
You can't duplicate that.
Right, and that's why I love boating with the guy. I mean, it's like you don't know what you're in for that day. It's either going to be like on fire or it's going to be, you know, a thin layer of ice in the water. You never know.
Is he going to be quiet or is he going to be howling at the moon? Like, you know?
Either way, I get a good laugh on the boat with him, so that's why I like boating with him.
Okay. So I guess, so who do you think, because I don't know if you actually gave an actual answer, but who do you think should have moved lower in the rankings? Obviously, we know you should have moved up higher.
Or we could do a, you know, what do you predict for this next trip of the rankings that would be from 1 to 7, 1 to 8? We're counting Xavier.
1 to 7. Oh, wow. Everyone's going to hear this too. So, okay, I guess I'm going to hear what other people have to say about me. So it's fine. All right. Let's see. Joe, 1, hands down.
Fair.
I'm going to go.
Well, before you continue real quick, I want to make sure we say that we want you to be accurate. Not
I'm accurate though. Come on.
We're not doing like a Santa Claus wish list here. We're doing more of like a, you know, think about this honestly and realistically, and then go ahead. Continue though. Go ahead.
Let me just say this. Take those big fish out of the equation, those lucky ones. Yeah. Just take them out of the equation and look where Joe is during the entire thing. All right? Consistent weights, 2-3 pounders all day long. You know, I don't get that 15-pound muskie, but not everyone's got a horseshoe up their butt, so that's fine. So I'll take number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Eric on number 2.
Okay.
Adrian, I'm gonna throw you at number 3. Close. Danny, solid number 4.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Matus, 5, close behind Danny. Nick, then Xavier.
Okay, I like that.
I like those.
And that's 100%. I'm not just saying that being biased. I'm ready.
I'm just on those numbers you threw out. I want to recap a couple of the fish we caught this past year. So Joe, you out of your 5 fish, you had 4 2-pounders and 1 1.15 pounder. Mine were 2 pounds, 2.1, 2.6, 3.15, 2.7, 2.0. And then, well, yeah.
They did have the
that
tiger.
one was a muskie.
They have the almost 4-pound tiger.
That's fine.
Can't deny it.
And then
That's good.
Eric over here with 2.4, 4.11. That was a nice northern. Should have been mine, but whatever. 3.7, 2.6, and 2.7. So out of everyone, we were the only ones. We were the only ones with nothing under 2 pounds. You had just 1 fish, 1 ounce below that.
You gotta scoop them in the water and get a little water.
Yeah, do the Danny technique.
Do the Danny.
So again, I had 4 2-pounders, right? You guys had what, 3 to 4 2-pounders, and then you had that booster fish to the 3 or 4 pounder, which got you up there. Unfortunately, I didn't have that booster fish. I had a under booster fish, which lower. So if I would have had that booster fish, I would have been right there. So again, I'm not saying you didn't deserve it because you guys obviously knew where to go every single time, which caught you those fish. However, this is a new body of water. This is a new time of year. It's a whole clean slate. And I think the true talent is going to come out this year because it's a clean slate. Best of luck, but nope.
But you're coming. You're coming. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be good.
Yeah, and we're set. I mean, deposit has been made. I think I have to contact the guy one more time after the first of the year just to see how we're looking. But I talked to him and he said the weekend we're coming up there is opening weekend of muskie season. So and he's not a professional, but he's a avid muskie angler, and every year he says he does fantastic up there. And the muskie are just on fire. So I'll drop a little bit of knowledge on you if you want to prepare for some muskie. I guess the muskie fishing is phenomenal. Smallmouth fishing is really, really well. He said not a lot of people come for him, but the people that do catch really nice smallies. So I'm going to be gunning for the smallies, obviously some muskies, but whatever wins.
So do you think that being said, knowing that insider trade information, are we going to take another vote this year and include those muskie or do a side pot? What would you feel knowing that information now?
I definitely think that should be determined prior because Adrian tried to Jew us all and take the money and the weights. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go for muskie. We should just do both, and then it turns out he already caught it. So
to be fair, I let you all decide before we even said anything.
I did not include our votes because we had already known. But anyways, I think we're gonna take another vote would be my opinion. We're gonna take another one, but knowing that it's a good muskie spot, I think you're gonna have to specifically fish for those fish because the stuff you're gonna be using is not gonna be targeting the muskie since you're doing the spawn. So I think, I'm curious what your thoughts are if you're gonna vote for a side pot or include it in the weight, with a super high tech formula that Nick's throwing out there.
Engineered by Nick.
Correct.
I mean, I'm always in it for the money. So I always like to say side pot. Everyone throws in the $20. If you catch a muskie and it's the hottest muskie, you take the pot, which is 7 guys, $140. But again, it's like that muskie is, if it's huge, it closes the tournament. It could be on day 2. And then what are you going to, like the other 4 days, it's like everyone's fishing for muskie. So to me, I really like the side pot idea. If you catch that big muskie, you get a little bit of cash, you get some pride, you get pictures, but the true angling test comes from that time of year.
Those 5 fish.
Yep, those 5 fish.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my vote.
Okay, cool.
Another question for you is, since this was the place you picked.
Mm-hmm. Well, I backed. Danny picked it. I just want to clarify that. Danny picked it.
Oh, okay.
It's it's on record. We got it. All right.
Just making sure.
Want to make sure.
Okay. I guess that'd be more of a question for Danny. Why this place as opposed to other places?
However, I jumped on the gun on this. I literally was like, this is a great idea. I called, I booked, we're like set just because it's only an hour further. But again, we get more water to fish. It's cheaper. I mean, we're paying probably $30-40 less a person than Pops. We're getting a nicer cabin. I don't know if you guys heard, but we got a jacuzzi. We've got a pool table. We've got darts. I mean,
nice.
We've got the whole shebang.
How many people can we fit in the jacuzzi?
Well, if I'm in there, just 2. Everybody else.
We'll let him and Nick go.
Everybody else. It changes colors too, so it can get a little romantic. So we might want to keep Matus out of that.
We'll let you book it with Nick. We'll put a calendar up there, a little time slot.
Reservation. Going to this new place, we did a little bit at the end of the trip. Do you think we should do the same amount, more or less, on how we rotated people with the boats?
Good question. Yeah, that is a good question. I honestly think that this year, I mean, I always wanted this before too, is everybody gets a chance with everybody on the boat. And it's not just for fishing purposes, it's for, fun purposes too. Like we're all there together. We should all be able to be on a boat together, fish with each other, see how we all fish together. I'm always down for that. So we're going to have two boats rented, 1 boat with Matu. So that's 3 boats. So we're going to have 3 people on a boat again. And then the other 2, just 2 people. But I think we should obviously keep the rotation going. It's not like it matters now because you two don't even know where the hell you're going this year. So it's not like you need to be together.
I do have a few spots already. Just food for thought. Food for thought.
Well, come on. You're not the only one there, pal. All right, come on. But yeah, definitely. I think we should rotate it. Keep it fresh.
Do you think that, actually, I just thought of this right now. Make it randomized. So like,
Here's what I also thought too. Let me just throw this out there real quick. So we could either randomize it, or we could keep it as teams, where you get your 5 fish, right? You get your 5 fish, and that you win personally. But you could also do a team thing too, where it's a team weight. So per boat, best team weight would win. The only thing that stinks there is there's one boat that has 3 people, so it would have to, obviously that would change.
Well, and we wouldn't be rotating people out. Like,
exactly. So it's the opposite ends of the spectrum there. It's either we rotate or we don't, and we fish as teams too.
I would just have to say, I know I love you because I know you're listening to this, but I mean, we're not really worried about the third person on the one boat.
There's really.
I don't think it's going to add a lot of weight to the.
Here, I will say this: in the past 10 years that we've done this tournament, Eric and I have never lost if you combined any other 2 people, like one time.
That's true.
Like not once have we lost if we did a team.
I'm also, and hold on, and time out there, butt buddies. But I'm not saying that you two would automatically be teammates. That could also be randomized as well.
Okay, that's what randomize the team.
Yeah.
So you could get Xavier.
I could, and I would still kill it.
Now, do we get like a 1 pass, like I want a new teammate, a 1 pass thing kind of thing?
This is something we could think about, obviously. But again, I mean, even if you two were on a boat together, that doesn't worry me the slightest, because we're not at the flowage. All right, we're not at, hey, let's go north and let's go to that second inlet with those lily pads and fish those, and then go to this spot, and then go to the weeds, and then do this. You don't know where you're going, and that's fine. Everybody's on the clean slate. So if you guys want to be teammates, hey, more power to you. It's not gonna matter. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna matter.
I like it.
I will say this, just FYI. Spawn fishing is some of my favorite fishing.
Congratulations. Me too.
Just giving you guys a heads up.
Me too.
Oh,
this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yep. Me too, buddy.
All right. You got anything else?
I think that's all the questions we got for you, Treble Hook.
Anything you'd like to add? Anything?
I mean, any questions we wish we had asked? I mean.
No, I think you've nailed everything. I think everything to boost my ego a little bit. You nailed that on the head and asked the right questions. However, I would say though, I did enjoy boating with you guys. So if we could squeeze in a day there where we could go out and obviously explore and fish, that would be fun for me as well. So
of course, we'll all try some new spots together. Not our own spots, but we'll try some new spots for sure.
You ain't gonna have spots, bro. You ain't gonna have spots.
And here's the thing, like, we go twice a day, so we could always rotate, one half of the day. So, we don't have to think of it like swapping all day with someone. It could just be like half of the day.
Yeah, a lot of time for melting the pot. So.
Oh, I think we lost Joe.
We lost our Treble Hook.
No, that's something we can think about. We can think about how we. Are you there?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, for sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys.
Hey, I do got one. I have one more I just thought about. Those rules I sent out.
Yeah, the ones I didn't look at. Yeah, go ahead. What?
Oh, okay. So the ones that you secretly looked at. What else could we add to those, or what should we take out? Those are pretty good.
Do you have them in front of you?
I do actually.
Throw them out there. Let me see.
All right, let me go over this.
I just want to make it known that not all the rules have been followed, which is okay.
I feel like the rules are made every year anyways, so especially for you two.
All right, so the first one is just pretty simple. Best 5 fish best 5 fish count, bass, pike, walleye. The muskie was a question mark depending on if we wanted to do the count them in or the side pot or the very simple but complicated calculation thing that Nick wants to do.
But for sure this time, it'll be done before we start fishing, for sure.
2, this one I think we've kind of.
Yeah, that's going to be key.
Yeah. On number 2, we've kind of slacked on a little bit the past 2 years or so, but having a picture with the scale so that we can all see that fish was what it was.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think with everyone being multiple people on a boat at the same time, I think it was not. I mean, I think everyone's going to be honest. That's why I think we slacked with it, because I'm not gonna. Why am I going to give him 3 extra ounces? It's nonsense, you know. Or like, oh, Nick did catch the fish. No, I watched it. It fell in the water. You know, I'm not going to lie to everybody. You know, you can't do that.
Max would have lied.
Yeah.
So the third one is it Saturday to Saturday again?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
again, I think it's what the consensus when everyone gets there, like, we're booked Saturday to Saturday.
Okay, cool.
But
So
people need to leave on Friday. The majority, obviously.
okay, yeah. So the third rule would be the tournament starts Saturday once everyone arrives.
Yep. And then it would be, I think, when the first person leaves is what we did this year too.
Unless it's like Wednesday, then it's like, dude, bye.
Yeah.
Correct. Which we can make it
I
like
think
Friday
minimum, it
morning
should
or
be
something
minimum,
like that.
I think it should be minimum like Friday afternoon. If anybody needs to leave Friday afternoon, we can cut it Friday afternoon. But there's no reason we should all suffer if someone has to go on like a Thursday, because that's 2 Fridays of fishing that we're missing out on.
I like that.
Yeah, because I think we did what, Friday morning this last trip, right?
Friday morning was the last stunt. So
yeah, and that wasn't bad. I wouldn't mind doing that too, or the afternoon is fine too, whatever.
Yeah, but that should be minimum.
Yeah, I agree with
Friday morning for sure. I agree with that.
Rule 5, in the event of a tie, biggest fish is the tiebreaker.
Agreed.
Rule 6, must release fish.
Oh yeah. Unless it's a walleye and you're Eric and you wuss out.
For what?
I have that on video, bro. You're like, oh, yeah, let's keep the walleye. And then you caught it and you're like, oh, I feel bad.
I mean, it would have fed you and I for a half a plate, and I just didn't want to take its life.
Oh, this guy. Come on.
I couldn't do it.
If we wanted to start doing so rule 7 was the question marks when we talked about it in the past, a $20 buy-in for the tournament. So there'd be like a cash prize for the tournament. And then there could be obviously a side cash prize for the muskie for whoever wanted to compete in that side pot.
100% down with that too, yep.
So, because you guys owe me a lot of money.
Well, it's a new rule.
Number 8.
Back a notch.
We don't back pay?
No? Oh, man.
Because I got about 6 years worth of back pay.
No, we don't. Because I wasn't there for 6 years of it, all right? So take it back.
I'll prorate yours, don't worry. No big deal.
Rule 8, winner take all prize money if we did the buy into the tournament type situation, unless voted on by the squad to change it to like top 3 and break it down somehow.
Winner take all, man.
Oh, man. You're never going to make any money, Joe.
It's 7 people. It ain't 50.
Yeah. Rule 9, I think we need to make an official board, because Rule 9 is all official complaints will be decided as a squad. Fake and 2-year-old complaints or one-man board complaints, that was for Matus, will be penalized $5 per complaint to be added to the cash prize.
Matus needs to bring his checkbook then, because.
So this one was the one that caused a little controversy on the group chat a little bit. It was winning the tournament 5 times is not talk about voting, but just considering the vote to the Blanco Classic Hall of Fame.
Oh, I thought we were talking about a ring. That's fine too.
Well, you know what? That one you can take up with the other guys, because again, I wasn't here for 6 out of those years. All right, so I had nothing to do with it. I could have altered that. and I would have. But I wasn't there. So you talk to them about that one, not me.
Let's say magically, and just a spitball in here, and 5 years from now, if you come every year and you end up losing to one of us for
The next
5 consecutive years, what's your opinion on it?
What, are we talking about a ring?
Or a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Let's
Yeah, no, hey.
continue where him and I just keep winning. Does that change your thoughts? Will you still be around?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding? Is that a question? I mean, I'm here now, right?
Will you find a new fishing squad? Who knows? I mean,
Well, we need to talk you off a ledge. Like, what's
I'm
going
gonna
on?
find a new group. Call it the Griffiths Classic.
like, listen, Treble Joe, it's been 5 years. You coming back?
Like, you've been blocked. Oh.
Yeah, that's all right. Every year I've been trying to get us to a new spot, but we keep ending up at the flowage.
I've always said I'm down for wherever. In fact, this past year, I wanted to go to Minnesota.
I was wanting to go in June last year.
I don't think they want to do the drive.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
I don't mind the drive, but I don't think they're about it.
Yeah.
It's one time a year.
Correct. I agree.
Come on.
I second that motion.
This is the one time a year we get to do this.
We'll wait for me to win it this next year, but Rule 11 would be current champ will hereby be addressed as champ when speaking of the fishing tournament or during the tournament.
This is going forward.
Going forward.
It was on there last year, but no one decided to call me champ, which is okay.
Fine. If it's going forward, as long as you put my last name initial after champ, so champ G, that's totally fine.
So does that mean you're gonna call me champ E now or no?
Whatever you want, you champ whatever. I mean, I don't have to worry about it. You can think as hard as you want, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be champ G.
champ Big Poppy.
And then the last rule, number 12, is all techniques are allowed unless voted against in a unanimously majority squad vote. Copying techniques is allowed for Danny, Matus, Joe, and Nick.
Listen, if there's a technique that I don't know about, then good for you guys. But I'm pretty sure there's nothing you guys are hiding from me there, unless it's live bait. I'm not in the boat all the time. I don't know. I don't know if you're throwing leeches out there.
I'm very excited to see
Danny's
secret lure when it turns out it does not work for the time of stuff that we're going to be doing.
I'm really excited to see what this new lure is going to be.
It's going to be the red and black worm.
Going back to the basics, baby.
It's going to be a blue and black. That's why it's new.
With sparkles. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, so those are all the rules. Like, I was trying to think of what else to add and stuff, but.
No, that's cool. I mean, if I think of something, I'll throw it in the chat, but that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll put it in the Google Docs, just like the food list, so we can start kind of figuring that out as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything.
Cool. All right, so yeah. So I'm going to go to propose at least a 55% chance for this guy. You know,
55,
you can
okay.
think that how you want, but I'm at least 55 in my eyes. So I'll let you know when you decide what the real projections are and how I feel about them when we reconvene.
That sounds.
We'll get your comments, everyone's comments when you release the video, and show you guys our projections.
Yeah. We still have to do some number crunching.
Yeah.
Yeah, crunch them down there, Leroy.
All right, so that's awesome. All right, well, appreciate your time, Joe.
All right, guys, good talking to you. We'll see you soon, all right?
Hey, I'll see you soon, buddy. Have a good one.
All right. Bye, guys.